Hello and welcome. I'm your professor, Stephen Wallen. Let's go ahead and check a look at this homework help. This homework help, we're on chapter 6. Yeah, we've already made it to chapter 6. All right, let's get started. Time to roll. We're good to go. All right, let's take a look and see what we got here. Number of baskets of fish per hour. Okay. Total cost. Marginal cost. Ooh, okay. So right now we're looking at our costs and we're looking at marginal costs. So using the cost information about fish production in the table above, fill out the table below related to profit maximization. Okay, so if I can't really set my prices and I'm just a price taker, then really all I have to do is figure out how much to produce, okay? Or I have to figure out how much to produce based on certain price levels that I try, and I can figure out what's going to actually happen with those price levels, okay? So let's look and see what we have here. At 0 baskets per hour, my cost is $10. Okay, so that means what is probably hidden here? And when I produce 0, it costs me 10. That means I'm going to have 10 as what? 10 is a FC, fixed cost. Okay. Then, as I add 1 here, I have $5 to total costs. Marginal cost is 5. So it's literally just doing the math for us, letting us know how much each of these extras costs us. If I do 2, it's now $22 total cost, and the marginal cost is $7. So it costs $7 to add that second extra hour. This one, 3, 31's now the total, and it costs 9 to add that next one, and it keeps going up, okay? So right here, as we can see with marginal cost, what's happening with marginal cost? Well, our costs are increasing, so we're already past an efficiency point, okay? So the marginal costs are just straight up increasing. We're not like diminishing marginal cost and then going back up. We're past that efficiency point. It's just straight up increasing on marginal cost. So over here, it says market price of $9. So profit maximizing quantity baskets of fish per hour. Well, if it costs me $9 is the market price, and I produce 0, and my cost is 10, I get how much money? We're just going to do this out to the side. Minus $10. Okay, we're doing this for the $9 one over here. Okay, $9. Okay. 1. So I get $9. Cost is 15. So 9 minus 15 is what? Minus $6 is my profit there. Okay. 9 times 2 is 18. However, my total cost is 22, so I'm at minus $4. So at least I'm getting closer. And let's see what happens here. 3 times 9 is what? 27. 31 minus, or sorry, 27 minus 31. We're still at negative $4. Okay. And then here, we go 9 times 4. Oh, this is getting worse and worse. Let me bring up the calculator real quick so you guys can see this. Okay. So we go 4 times 9. 36 minus 44. So $8. So this is so we were improving, but what happened just barely? Now it's getting worse as far as total profit. And then 5 times 9 is 45. 45 minus 16. Oh, geez, yeah, that gets really bad there. Because then we're minus 16. So which one of these looks the best as far as total profit? Well, sometimes we call this maximizing profit or minimizing loss. Sometimes it's impossible to make a profit, but you will still run your business because it's cheaper to run it and minimize your losses, okay? Because if you just let it sit there, like this one, it's going to be minus 10. If you don't run the shop at all, that's your cost. If you at least run your shop, you can get down to minus $4 total dollars. And then if you overrun it and get too much going, then you're going to be even worse off. So right here, right at 3 would be your optimal choice. Now, why would we choose 3 over 2? Because they're the same profit. in most markets, like 90% of the markets, you'd produce more because number one, you want to keep your workers employed and you want to get market share. There's very few markets where you wouldn't do this. If you're like an exclusive luxury brand or something, then obviously if it's the same cost to you, you just want to keep it more lucrative. Not lucrative now, but lucrative in the future as far as keeping it a very exclusive brand. So we'll go ahead down here. We'll put 3. Okay. Total revenue on 3. 3 times 9 is what? 27. Okay. Total cost is 31. And what do we end up with? Minus $4. So we minimized our losses on that. Okay. Now, I want you to look and see a trend here. When we minimized losses, where was the marginal cost at over here? Here the marginal cost was at 5. Here it was at 7. Here was at 9. And notice our market price was at 9. And then here it was at 13 and 7. What do you see that stands out to you? When our marginal cost equaled our market price, or the price, when MC equals price, this is huge right here. MC equals price, that's where you minimize your loss or maximize profit. So rather than having to go through this whole thing here, MC equals price. And that's all you have to do from a supply point of view. All right, so let's do the next one, shall we? 13. Before we run through all these, what one do you think this one's going to be as far as maximizing profit? 13 here. Do you see a 13 over here? Boom, we found it. Okay, right here. 13. 13. All right, so let's go ahead and type that in there. This is going to be 4. Total revenue. And I'm going to talk about why this is in a bit, but let's just run through this. Total revenue is 4 times 13, which will be 40 plus 12, so that should be 52. Double check this. 4 times 13 equals, yep, 52. All right, cost, it already gives us the cost at 44. Therefore, what's the profit? Well, you're gonna make $8. There we go. Now, what if it's at 17? Where would we maximize our profits? Doom, 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 doom. Where would we maximize it? We see 17 here. Where does MC equal price? Where price is 17, we're going to look for what? Something that equals it and doesn't go over. There we go, 17. So we're going to produce 5 over here. And then after this, I'm going to talk about the theory of why this is always the case. Okay, so 5 times 17. Got 85 here in revenue. Total cost is 61. 85 minus 61 gives us a total profit of 24. All right, let's double check and see if we got this all right before I go into the explanation of why you always do MC equals price. Ta-da! All green. We're almost ready to go. Let me go through a quick explanation of why this happened this way. All right. Basically, the way to look at this is you will always keep producing as long as there's profit to be made. So I want you to imagine you have a sandwich shop, okay? And the market price is $5. $5 for a sandwich. All right, and I'm your accountant, and I'm always going to tell you how much it costs you to make a sandwich. So let's say your first sandwich costs you $3. Would you want to make that sandwich if the variable cost or the marginal cost, meaning the cost to produce this extra one, was $3? Yeah, you'd want to make it because you're making $2, right? You're still profit made. Your next sandwich, though, let's say your next sandwich costs $4. Would you still want to make the next sandwich? Well, if that sandwich costs you $4 and they still sell for $5, how much money are you going to make on that next sandwich? Do a little equals over here. So over here you made $2. Over here you make how much? $1. So you're still going to want to do that? You're going to make an additional $1? Yeah. What if your third sandwich costs you $4.50? Would you still want to make that third sandwich based on the marginal costs? Yeah, because you can still make an extra 50 cents on that last sandwich, okay? So I'm willing to make one more. And so you just keep asking yourself, is it worth making the extra product, okay? Let's say your fourth one costs you $4.75. Would it be worth making that extra product? $4.75. I'm selling for $5. I'm still making how much? An extra 25 cents. This is how much you make extra on that next product. You're not cannibalizing your past products. It's just how much your next one will net you. Okay. Okay. Let's say for your fifth one, it costs $4.99. Would you still want to make that next product? Okay. Would you want to make that next one? Yeah, you get 0.01. You get a whole penny. There you go. However, let's say number 6, your costs all of a sudden jump up to $7, which means you would now be getting negative $2. Would you want to make that 6th product? No. You would draw the line here. You would stop here. This is where you would stop because now you're getting into the negatives. So you keep making product as long as it keeps making you money. And once it stops making you money, you stop. That is why MC equals price, okay? Right here's MC. I'm still going all the way up. See, 3, 4, 450, 475. I'm going to keep producing until this marginal cost right here, $4.99. I'm still producing, but once this marginal cost is equal to 5 or over 5, I stop. Then I'm done. I'm good. Okay? And so you max it out until MC equals price, and then you're getting the most you possibly can from supply side. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. That's the easiest way to do it. MC equals price. Let me make that M a little bit better. There we go. MC. There we go. All right. Clear all this. Next. Ooh, maximize total revenue, okay? If I want to maximize total revenue and only revenue, if I produce 0, I get how much revenue? 0. If I produce 1, I get 13, right? So I'm going up here, a little more, little more, little more, little more. So if my only goal is to maximize revenue, I just keep producing as long as revenue goes up. So in this case, I'll be at 5. Okay. Now, is that where I'd really want to produce as a business? Probably not. You're probably not looking to maximize revenue. What are businesses typically looking to do? Maximize profit. Okay. And notice here they got profit per unit and maximize total profit. Usually you look to maximize total profit. Even efficiency doesn't matter as much as far as overall money for the business. That's what you want. So let's see what, if we're looking at profit per unit, how do we figure that out? Well, over here we got total cost. We got total profit. So we definitely know that's not going to be good. That's no good. That's no good. These are our highest numbers here. And this right here, these are our highest numbers. Which one has the least amount of units so we get the most amount of money per unit? Right here. So we'd go 3. Because that way we're getting the most dollars per unit. However, in most cases, you're trying to get market share. And so you'd actually go for maximize total profit. And you'd want 4. Okay. But with 4, though, now there's more units here. I'm not getting as much per unit, but I would be maximizing the total of it, going with the higher level of output. These are technically the same profits. However, it's telling you right here to choose the higher level of output. Let's say, for example, this was a 9, though. You could still have it where this one would be more profit per unit, but this would be more profit overall. This one just happens to be the exact same total profit, but they always want you to choose the one that produces the most, highest level of output. So, and that's it. That one should be done. Check my work. There we go. We're good. We're set. Okay. Clear this. Let's go on to our next one, shall we? Here's a confusing graph for you to have fun with. Oh, just kidding. I'll walk you through it. Okay, ATC is what again? That's your average total cost. If you notice, it starts out high, but as you start producing units, you start spreading that fixed cost out. You kind of maximize your variable cost to a degree, and you get this mixture where it's the most efficient. But at some point, though, even though you keep spreading it over your fixed costs, your variable costs increase so much that it's going to increase back up here. Here is your key indicator, okay? This price is $4. That's how much the market's willing to pay for catfish right now. And over here, what do we notice about our lowest average total cost? We were the most efficient producer in this market. What's going to happen? Are we going to make a profit? At the lowest we can make something's $5, and the highest, or the highest people are willing to pay for it's $4. You are going to lose money. That's all there is to it. But should you shut down? Should you leave the market? Well, no. If you can minimize losses, you shouldn't, because you're also incurring costs by producing nothing. Just like we had in the last example, if you produce nothing, you still incur costs by having ownership of the facilities. So if it's possible to minimize losses, we want to do that. So again, let me write out the equation, the magic equation we had. Where does MC equal price? Okay, take a minute and look at this. Where does MC equal price on this graph? Right here's price. So it's this line here. And right here's MC. This is where you produce. That's where you're going to minimize your losses, right there. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this and see what we got. At the best possible rate of output, marginal cost is equal to what? Well, we said you're going to want to, marginal cost equals price. You're going to want to, it's 4. I don't know what else you want. That's what it is. You produce a 4. Okay, produce until your marginal cost hits there. Is the average total cost of ATC above or below the price? Okay, let's clear out all this garbage so you guys can see this again. Okay, where's ATC? This curve right here. Okay, here's ATC. And here's price. We can see price right here. So is it above it? Below it? Or does it cross it? What do you guys see? Well, it's above it. That's pretty apparent, which is not good. It means you're gonna there's no way to make a profit. You're just trying to minimize losses at this point in the market. So it's above it. Which of the following would raise the market price? Okay. How do you raise prices in a market? Well, let's see what options it gives us. A reduction in the firm's output. Would that raise the market price? What do you guys think? Think about this. Firm's input costs increase. Well, that's going to affect your costs. It's not going to affect the market. Okay. An improvement in technology. That's probably going to put even more supply on the market. And that's going to keep the price still low. So which of the following would raise market price? Reduction in the firm's output. It depends on how big the market is. If you're a price taker, it's not going to matter at all. Okay? You're just taking whatever price it is, so that's going to... However, exits from the industry. If enough people leave the industry and supply goes down, you're going to see the price change, okay? So the following would raise the market. You'll see the price go up because there's going to be less supply in the industry, therefore the price will go up. What price would prevail in the long run equilibrium? So if this market was allowed to self-correct itself, where will things end up going? Okay, if you're in the market and you're losing money, in the short run, you're going to minimize your losses. In the long run, though, if you can't make a profit, are you going to stay in the market? No, you're going to leave the market if you can't make money. So right here is unsustainable. Okay, not going to happen. People aren't going to do that. However, right here in the long run, if I can get to this point, then it's viable. Okay, get to where I'm most efficient as far as producing. I have all the forces of demand and supply competing with each other, and we get to this equilibrium price where the market's sustainable. It's going to be at the minimal of ATC. Okay, so here they're going to be looking for 5. Because in the long run, everyone's going to be producing efficiently, and no one's going to want to sell at a negative. Therefore, the most efficient production is the lowest point of average total cost, which is 5, and no one's going to want to be in the market unless they can at least sell at that price. So in the long run, that's where it's going to end up going. So enough people will leave the market, so then it shifts price up to meet where this minimum ATC is at. And let's check it and see what we got. We have all green. All right, let's go. Let's go on, shall we? Oh, we're already on number 4. We're cruising through this. All right. Oh, that's a lot of boxes. Given the following information about a competitive firm's cost, calculate marginal cost and answer 4 questions. Okay. So remember, marginal means what? The next unit. So what's the difference between 50? No, this is way too big. No, small. Much better. 50? 10. What changed between these two numbers here? A 1 and a 2. So that's going to be a 2 there. And in best practices, if you're doing this at home, check and see if you did the first one right before you do all the others. So you come down here, check your work. And ta-da! Green. All right. So we're doing this right. There we go. Okay. Let's do the rest of them, shall we? What changed from 11 to 12? 1. What changed here? 4. Therefore, it cost us 4 for the next output. Okay. All right, the next one up. After that, I might just start filling them out because then you should get the idea. 1. Okay. Difference between 56 and 62 is 6. All right. These we can just say 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 because it's uniform and nice for us. So we got 6. Here we have 8, 10, 12. Here we have 8 plus 6, 14. Okay. No, so pretty. All right. And then it's going to be 4 more, 16. Okay. And then 18. So what are we seeing as far as their marginal costs? It's kind of just a steady increase as far as the way they're going here. Let's plop these all in, shall we? 6, and if you press tab, it'll just take you to the next one. So you can kind of fill them in a bit quicker. Boom. All right. If the prevailing market price is $12 per unit, how much should the firm produce? Okay. What's our master formula? M C equals price. Because as long as I'm still making money, I'm still doing what? I'm still willing to produce. Just go back to that sandwich example. If it's $4.99 and I'm selling it for $5, I'm still willing to produce, and I'll keep producing until marginal cost hits price. Okay? So, $12. Nope. Still willing to produce? Still willing to produce. Still willing to produce. Yep, I'll produce it because I'll produce the next unit because the next unit costs me 8 and I'm getting 12. I'm going to make money there. My next unit costs me 10, but I'm making 12. I'm going to produce that one. Uh-oh, right here. 12. 12. All right, that's my last unit. Because if I go to here, if I go to this one, what happens? Do I want to produce that next unit? It costs me 14. I'm only going to get 12 for it. I'm going to say no once I hit that step. So yes, 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 yes. No, because I don't make money with that next unit. And this 12 is at 16 units. There we go. All right. Now, what do we have here? How much profit will it earn at that output rate? So, how we figure out profit? Total cost is 92, right? That's our total cost, 92. Our total profit's going to be the amount of units, which is 16, times the price, which the price they said was 12. So let's roll up the calculator, shall we? 16 times 12, 192. Okay. And then we minus the 92. So we should get $100. That sounds right. So over here, we finish putting this out. We'd have 192 minus that. We end up with $100. Just like that. That's what ended up happening. The market price dropped to $8 per unit. How much should the firm produce? All right, let's clear off all this. 1, 2, 3, clear. Okay, $8. Okay, if it costs you $2 and you can sell it for $8, will you produce it? Yes. If it costs you $4 for the next one and you can sell it for $8, will you produce it? Yes. If it costs you $6 and you can get $8 for it, will you produce the next unit? Yes. If it costs $8 and you get $8, will you produce it? Yeah, you'll produce it because you're maximizing. You want to keep people employed, market share. However, if it costs you $10 and you're only going to get $8 for the next year, are you going to produce that next unit? No, I'm not going to produce more. Nope. Nope. No. And no. All no's. So I go here to 8. So I'm going to produce 14 units. How much profit will it make at that lower price? Well, we're going to have to go through and do the math, huh? So we're going to take this, 14, times it by 8, and then we're going to have to minus out 70. Okay, so let's bring up the calculator. 14 times 8 minus 70 equals 42. All right, hopefully we did this all right. Here we go. Time for truth. All green. So nice to see all green. All right, we're doing good. Perfect. Clear it. Next. Ooh, flat panels. So this is a newsreel. And basically when flat panels came on the market, they were so much better than all the other junky CRTs that things went crazy. A lot of people started entering the market. And this whole thing is just a blurb about it where people were just crazy as far as the amount of space they were taking up in the electronic stores as far as TVs. They just exploded on the map. Also, because they were smaller and skinnier, you could fit more in your store, so they were more profit per unit, basically, as far as volume it would take up. You could get a lot more on it. So this one says, grab and drag and drop either the demand or supply curve to a new position that best represents the market behavior described in the Newswire. So in Newswire, we got all these brands that are coming in out of nowhere.
So we have more brands in there. For many in the industry, though, the competition is brutal. Price for LCD sets are falling so rapidly that retailers who place orders too far in advance risk getting stuck with expensive inventory. So just tons of people are going into it. Supply is going crazy on this, okay? Free-for-all boom to the millions of Americans who want to trade in their bulky analog sets because everyone's trying to catch in. Everyone's moving in. And, okay. So... everyone's moving in, and we're seeing an increase in supply. What's going to happen? Grab and drag and drop either the demand supply curve of the best runs, new behavior newswire. So if they're here, and more people are entering the industry because of the lucrativeness of it, they're going to move it to here, right? No, be good. All right, I got to get this working again. Why you no work? Be good. Be nice. Alright.
Let me battle this monster. These graphs usually work better than this. Let's try resetting it. Maybe I made it all mad. Alright. Click on this. This thing is not wanting to work. Sometimes you gotta battle it for a bit. No, it's in the opposite direction. Okay, so if you're trying to drag this one, you have to drag it over this way in order for it to set up right. You're just trying to do a supply shift and it didn't want to move it. So these two things should be equal with each other and you just pull it straight this way. If you pull it anywhere down like this, then it gets mad. So you guys gotta pull it straight out. And let's check it. Check my work. Don't bug out on me. Don't bug. I think it bugged out on me. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! We did it right. We got through the bug. We battled the graph and won. We did it. We did it. All right. So, and what happened with that supply shift? Well, our equilibrium price, just for reference for you all. Equilibrium price used to be here. This used to be E. Okay, right there, equilibrium point. But now with the new shift, we have a new equilibrium price right here. Okay, that's E2. E2 Brutus. It's an inside joke. All right, okay. What happened? Price went where? Price went down. This is the easy way. You just compare it if you want to see what happens. This is E1, E2, and then units went up. We go from there to there. That's all that happened. So we just find where we are there, and then we look and say, okay, this is where we used to be. That's where we are now. This is where we used to be. That's where we are now. Price went down. Quantity goes up. All right. That should do it. Hopefully this helps you all out. Take care. You guys are amazing.